pray that this year is the year of implementation, one of unity, clarity, one where we stay focused. I pray for God's favor and guidance as we proceed as Council of Ministers in executing the tasks that were given to us. I would like to reaffirm my support to the members of the Council of Ministers as we continue to implement the governing program and the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. I have a few notes today. On December 28, 2018, the National Ordnance Integrity Chamber and the National Decree Execution Integrity Chamber went into effect, thus legally formalizing the establishment of the Integrity Chamber of St. Martin. In April of 2018, both St. Martin and the Netherlands appointed a quartermaster, Mr. Raphael Boosman and Mr. Hans Lodder, respectively, who were charged with the setting up of the chamber. Their assignment entailed three main components. The first being a draft function book for the Secretariat of the Integrity Chamber, outlining the function requirements and responsibilities and salaries. The second, advised on the remuneration of the members and assistant members of the Integrity Chamber and that of the members and assistant members of the Supervisory Council. And lastly, locate and prepare for operations a suitable location for the offices of the Integrity Chamber in accordance with the criteria given to them. The quartermasters were each assisted by an assistant and received the cooperation of the staff of the Ministry of General Affairs and the Cabinet of the Ministry of General Affairs of St. Martin and the Ministry of BZK and the Department of the Kingdom Relations in the Netherlands. The process in making the Integrity Chamber fully operational is still ongoing, and the following steps are presently in execution. The first being the appointment of the members of the Chamber, the appointment of the members of the Supervisory Council, and lastly, the hiring of the staff for the Secretariat. Recruitment will be done by Linkles and Partners. I would like to thank the quartermasters and those assisting them for the work done thus far and look forward to the finalization of their assignment and a fully operational Integrity Chamber very soon. I will also keep the public informed on the progress made as more information becomes available. Yesterday, during the meeting of the Council of Ministers, the decision was taken to appoint Mr. Claret Connor as Director of the National Recovery Program Bureau. As Director of the National Recovery Program Bureau, Mr. Connor will be responsible for the execution of the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. With the appointment of Mr. Connor as Director of the NRPB, we are one step closer to building the much required capacity to execute the National Recovery and Resilience Plan for the people of St. Martin.
Connecting you.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1.
Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
We left the IPCO meeting yesterday to caucus briefly on the point on the agenda. The point on the agenda that we stopped at yesterday was Stand van Zaken Venezuela. In retrospect, maybe we should have been a little more specific on the agenda point itself, the formulation, in terms of the expectations of all for this particular agenda point. Fact is, whatever we call the agenda point, it is an emotional topic. It is a topic that touches us all in the kingdom. And we have heard presentations by those who feel it mostly. And again, we could not avoid the emotions that go with a topic as actual, urgent, and far-reaching for the countries as not the stand van zaken in Venezuela, but the effects for all the countries in the kingdom because of the situation in Venezuela. With all that has been said and done in this topic yesterday, I have concluded that to continue in the manner that we were carrying the discussions with all the emotions involved at the end of the day was not conducive to what we want to reach to together. The solutions, the proposal for solutions, the decisions regarding how we can move forward. Our discussion yesterday and as much information as was presented were not conducive to that end goal. How could we get to some conclusions and understandings? Because one thing is clear, in this kingdom, on this topic, we need each other. And if there's one time the role of the kingdom will have to shine, it is by assisting, giving assistance in a topic such as this, where all the Caribbean countries feel the need to reach out and receive some type of assistance. It is so reminiscent of what we used to pride ourselves on, the statement with regard to the statute, as we pride ourselves here in the Caribbean part on. Steunend op eigen kracht. We want to do it. We want to face the issues that confront us as countries. Maar de wil om elkaar bij te staan must always be just as important as the one to want to stand on our own feet. I have total understanding for the emotions that come into a discussion like that. I also have total understanding that just maybe my assumption, our assumption, that everybody should have all of the information that we experience every day, that assumption might have been wrong. No, not everybody has all of the information that we have and that drives us every day. Having stated that, we want to come to an understanding on this matter. We want to arrive at an understanding as to how we can assist each other and assist each other also op eigen benen to stand and confront our issues. So, we are going to, on this topic, we are not going to take the topic off of the agenda because we must reach an understanding. And I am therefore going to propose that those with all the information, that if I was to wake you up at 12 o'clock tonight, you can just rattle it off for me. And those who want to have that information, we are going to get together and make sure that that information is there. Make sure that the requests from the countries, what they are, the requests to assist us to take other paths and look for assistance. They request very specifically on the basis of certain articles of the Charter to use those articles as well. We're going to make sure that that information is there so that when we are seeking the assistance of who we are seeking, they too are equipped with all of the information. Let us understand that there is no way any of us on any side of the kingdom could have spoken about a topic like this without emotions getting into play. It is just too serious of an issue. And the need for those expressions was definitely there. However, it has happened. Yesterday has happened. The information we tried to get across, but today we are going to make sure that that information is clear. What we are asking, what we are saying, and what we are proposing. I am therefore going to propose, and of course, it's not just something that hit me. We spoke in the Presidium, and we must continue with the end goal in sight, and that is to address an issue, whatever we want to call it. It is a disaster. It is a human disaster. It is too much for our countries to bear alone. And so, I am going to propose 2 committees with representatives of all of the countries, 2 maximally per committee. And my proposal for those committees is going to be that you ensure that within that committee, your requests, whatever they are clear, that the request for information is honored in terms of giving that information, and so that when we come back, at least we will have a clear view as to the moving forward on this agenda point.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Stephanie Medina, and I play football with the Walichi Women Soccer team. I have represented St. Martin in many different games. For example, the Dutch Caribbean Women's Soccer Cup. I played against Bonaire, Aruba, and Curacao right here in this stadium. Sports matter to me because it makes me happy, it keeps me fit and healthy, and it is very fun. So I asked the business community to take on this challenge and help us rebuild our facilities. And I also asked the community to nominate the local businesses in your area and take on the challenge and step up for sport. Why? Because sports matter. Check out the Department of Sport Facebook page for more information. Hashtag sports matter, hashtag are you in?
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact WIB today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices, the Windward Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Who you're for.
You know, we have been very busy defending workers' rights and causes, and some people ask, why are you so quiet? Because we're in the trenches, you know. It's a warfare. It's against warfare against capitalists and the capitalism system. So, but we have been able. So, there's one company that really that we represent that we had no problem with at all. That was Diamond Resorts. Diamond Resorts, in spite of their properties being, you know, devastated, they honored the workers' agreement, our collective labor agreement. They paid the workers their rightful salaries, never stopped, never cut anything. And even though they terminated the employees, it was done in accordance with the CLA, and the employees were very happy that that happened, because some of them, they worked for the former Pelican, so they had many years. Some of them were at the age of retirement, and to take a risk of not accepting that payout, you know, we have seen from experience where when employers would want to settle with the workers and they refuse, that later on the company go into bankruptcy and they lose everything. So to avoid that, you know, we did encourage them to take the settlement. And besides that, we have an agreement with them that when they rebuild, when they reopen, that those employees, if they're available, they have first preference back on the job. So while they are, like the landscaping department, they're still there, because that's part of the agreement, that landscaping, maintenance, and security, if they are available, will still maintain their job. And that is part of the entire package. So we are looking forward that whenever they reopen, whether the next 2 years from now, that those employees who might be available, that they know they have first preference in working back at the place. In the meantime, we are doing a very intensive retraining program here at WIFL. As you know, we have our own training institution, because when these places reopen, because technology has really changed work and the place of work, they need to be, say, computer literate. So that's an emphasis in technology that we are working along in training and retraining employees, that so when those companies reopen back, that they can fit in accurately. I remember years ago when you look at a room attendant, they used to walk with a whole bunch of keys on their waist for every room, a key for every room. That changed over the years. They begin to use swipe cards. And now that again is changing. You punch a button and then your room is open. So technology, everything is changing. So we as a workers organization, we are adapting ourselves to these new realities, and so we're preparing workers for the future.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
1,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
So we want to ask the Ombudsman to intervene for us to get the meeting and for us to get answers on all our letters that we have been sending out. Not only we, but everybody in society. The government must improve her services in answering letters, in providing good answers to our letters, and in addressing the concerns of the consumers. Anyone in society that is addressing government. Meanwhile, we can inform you that it was last week, after Christmas, that we delivered a request to the government where we asked them for quite some information so that we, with that information, can understand what is the policy behind decisions that the government has been taken that are affecting the healthcare costs in St. Martin. We appealed on what they call the ordinance of public openbaarheid van bestuur, public governance. That will oblige the government to provide all the documentation and information that we have requested so that we can look into it, that we can analyze it, and that we can now engage in effective dialogue with government.
Based on what my colleague already explained, I feel that it is not, if the government, it is their obligation, because it's our rights to know as persons and as consumer coalition in defending the rights of the consumers. We have a right to know, and we have a right to explain the public at large where things are not in place. The workers, we have to respond as our responsibility to the needs of our workers, and we have to see and look at things that can improve the well-being and the prosperity of the workers in this coming year. We have noticed that, yes, St. Martin, after that heavy hurricane, that we are picking up in the economy. So the social part of the workers, and especially the workers in the public sector, we are the ones also that have to take note. Not only the public and the private, the workers and all their families, but we also have our obligation towards them. So it is not a matter of the ministers dodging away from meetings, or they don't care. They were elected, or they are there to represent the people, and we deserve the rights to know. We have the rights to ask questions. We have the rights to be able, as stakeholders, to dialogue and interact and come up with solutions to any problems that would help the workers improve and our people improve their lives. And basically, that is what we are impressing on.